Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Ruminations of a TI, Targeted Individual. Shout out to the Economic Ninja for inspiring and motivating me to begin this YouTube journey with y'all. My name is not important, but my story may be. Hindsight is 20/20 vision, and looking back, I can see clearly now what was happening then. It was 2019, and the company I work for was being sued for land being taken in an eminent domain lawsuit case in Cook County, Illinois. I needed an attorney to represent the corporation since a corporation in Illinois can't go pro se, which means representing oneself. So I was recommended to this lawyer, we'll call him Smarty, from a big fancy law firm in downtown Chicago. This lawyer was then weaponized against me and my corporation and also became a honeypot, which is a love trap for targeted individuals. Let me explain. I met Smarty at his office during COVID on the 32nd floor of a high-rise on Madison Avenue, downtown Chicago. He was cute, blue eyes, and 2 years divorced. Not only did I find a great lawyer, but also an eligible bachelor. I was so excited. A few months into the attorney engagement, Smarty had ordered and had issued a title policy for the corporation on the property with my company's name on it, only the name was spelled wrong, and the legal description was also wrong. I asked him to have it corrected, but he would not. He said it wasn't a big deal. I almost exploded in anger. Of course it's a big deal. A name misspelled on a legal document and errors in the legal description. Smarty was fired and replaced. But we continued to see each other for lunch and dinner, usually once every 2 or 3 months. Smarty had such a big schedule, and this went on for 4.5 years. During this time, Smarty had poisoned me frequently and at our dining experiences. The 2 times of the very many times that really stick out in my mind are these. One time we met in Greektown, a section of Chicago with fancy restaurants, at Athena. It must have been 2020. Smarty and I sat at the best table in the restaurant, and we had the best meal and the best service. I was extremely impressed. Everything was delicious. The drinks and the food, the service, top notch. I had 2 cocktails, my limit, since I was driving. After dinner, we walked to my car and held hands, and I gave Smarty a ride back to his office since he did Uber over there to meet me at the restaurant from his office. As I was driving, things became extremely colorful, and my language and dialogue with Smarty became very intimate. I was telling him my deepest secrets and feelings. Why? All of my inhibitions were dropping at the wayside. The drive to his office was less than 10 minutes, so when we sat in front of his office, we said goodbye. Smarty kissed me, and he made me promise to text him when I got home and to drive safely, which I did promise. I turned around in my car and made my way to the expressway back to my home. Only thing was, I wasn't driving. The expressway was only a few blocks away, and I got on the ramp and I was on the expressway. I looked out the window, and all I could see was a very dark sky. And then I realized the car was flying. I wasn't driving home, I was flying home. I could feel it underneath me as if I was on a boat. It was like riding the waves of the wind in the air. To me, the car wasn't even touching the ground. I looked out my side windows, and I could see all the cars on the highway below me, about 10 feet down. I had my hands on the steering wheel, but the car wasn't driving. I believe the car with me in it was really flying. Somehow I arrived at my destination, parked my car, and got into my apartment. I was home. I texted Smarty and let him know I got home safely. Smarty texted back, "Thanks for everything. He had a great time." He was always such a gentleman. I later couldn't understand why 2 drinks made me so high. A few weeks later, I went out for cocktails with someone else and had the same 2 drinks. The 2 drinks affected me, but not like the ones I had with Smarty. That was when I had a clue that there was more to those drinks than just booze. The other time with Smarty that really stands out to me was a dinner at Jameson's Steakhouse in Skokie. This was 2023. I know for sure because my dog was 1 year old. There was almost no one in the place except us, and the 2 waiters seemed to do a morose death march up and down the restaurant aisle, which was oddly repetitious and looked ritualistic. Anyway, we ordered appetizers, bread, steaks. Smarty always had fish, and I was almost too full to eat my steak, so I took it home for later. After an elegant dinner, we kissed goodbye. Smarty took his zip car home, and I went my way to the apartment with my doggy bag in tow. I got home and I gave the entire steak and bone to my dog. For one split second at that moment, a flash seized me like, should I really? And then I dismissed it. After she ate it, she went to sleep, which I thought was normal. But then she slept for 2 days, which was definitely not normal. She did the sleep of the dead dog. She lay in her bed with her head hanging down off the side of the bed, dropping onto the floor with all of the blood rushing to her head. I thought she was dead. I thought she was dying. My poor girl. She ate the drug steak meant for me. What would happen to her? I wondered, should I give her syrup of Ipopec? Around 10 or 12 hours later, when she didn't wake up, I realized, but I thought it was too late for that. I prayed and prayed, mostly silent prayers over her. I made sure her heart was still beating as she slept for 48 hours, and I did not sleep at all. After she awoke, I praised and thanked God and realized Smarty is not my friend. Smarty is only pretending to be my friend. Smarty is weaponized against me. No matter how nice or good I am, Smarty will never like me. As he said to himself to me on one occasion under his breath, he is a piece of shit. And on another occasion he told me he sold his soul to the devil. And when people tell you who they are, you're supposed to believe them, right? All of the cognitive dissonance around me and Smarty made it so confusing and difficult to see the real truth. He was so nice and kind and sweet, sending me bouquets of flowers on Valentine's Day and Mother's Day and my birthday, sending me cards, being so thoughtful. Here I am, a single divorced woman alone. I just loved the attention. And he and I had so much in common, or so I thought, because he always pretended to like all the music I liked and all the things, and then he would suddenly get ugly with me and gaslight me and say terrible things to me that made me shudder. That's a honeypot. They love to hate you. Can I sue Smarty for feigning affection? Can I sue Smarty for legal malpractice? Can I sue the whole wide world? No. This is what being a TI is all about. Everyone does you wrong. Are you being mistreated and severely manhandled, abused, lied to, gaslit by everyone everywhere you go for no apparent reason? Until I heard of gang stalking and community gang stalking, I didn't know what was happening to me. I thought I had a tattoo on my forehead that said, "Screw me." that everyone saw but me. Well, I do have it. And I will wear it like a badge of honor. Thanks for watching. More stories to come. Peace out.